There's an awareness that you're dreaming, and then an awareness plus the ability to control what's going on in your dream.
It's pretty common, actually.
My lucid dreams are very similar to normal dreams. Lucid is just when I know that they're happening and it's a dream. Normal is when I'm just in that dream state.
I would guess maybe once every 2 weeks, I would say. I would get a lucid dream, yeah.
Ooh, I would guess I lucid dream about 1 to 3 times a week. I definitely have those days where I don't remember if I dreamed or not, and I have days where I just normally dream as well.
I'm gonna probably try it like, a couple times a month back when I was doing it.
No, I don't try to. I never try. Well, I did try growing up to lucid dream, but now I do not try to lucid dream, and it just happens to me.
Yeah, it just happened.
My most recent lucid dream was 2 nights ago. I was walking down a street in a college town, and I remember in my brain thinking, oh, I don't know this place in my dream. So I was cognizant that I was in a dream state. And I walked past an ex. We'll call him Sam for this example. And he kept walking, and I realized Sam looked different in my dream state. It was super weird. And I was walking down the street the opposite direction, and then I was like, well, I kind of miss Sam, so I turned around, and I decided that I wanted him in the rest of my dream, and he was at one of the parties, and therefore, I ran back into Sam.
There'll be like something coming at me, a monster or something. I'll be like, all of a sudden I'm like there, and I'm aware. I'll think to myself, I'll be like, okay, if I could only make some fireballs or some lightning or something to shoot out of my hands, sometimes I'll do like bang or whatever.
I've never been able to do anything like magical or outside the realm of what I think is possible.
And lightning bolts, like purple lightning bolts will shoot out of my hand.
I'm super conscious of my brain in my lucid dreaming, so I know what's real and what's not real.
And then you kind of play around with it. But there's other times, and I'll just be like, and like the monster keeps coming, and I'm like flicking, I'm like, shit. And I'll be like, okay, calm down. Bang, and then nothing will happen, or like it'll be like a little like like a little like some static electricity.
I realized I was dreaming, and I was like, oh shoot, like I can change this, like I can have it be whatever I want. And I remember like I pulled the floor up, and like the whole scene changed. Like I was in a different room, like a different place, different time. And like I was able to do that like multiple times. Like I was just like pulling the floor up, and like as I pulled the floor up, like the rest of the like room disappeared.
Flying is like it's like my go-to. It's almost like those like, you remember those old like Google Earth like plane simulators? The ground below you had like zero definition to it. It looked like nothing.
It's only happened once as far as me being able to control it, but I've known that I was dreaming like multiple times. I just wasn't able to control it except for that one time. I'll wake up, get out of my bed, so I think, and then I float down the stairs. And that's when I know that like I'm dreaming, but then I can't control it. And I just float around the whole house. Like I might go into my mom's room, I might get a glass of water, and then I float back up to like my body, and then I wake up. And then when I fall asleep, it happens again. Like it'll happen like 3 times that night. Those are like actually like kind of nightmare-y, kind of scary.
It's always like in an action scene where I'm like aware, I feel like it is. I was running from something, and there was this big cardboard box, and I jumped in, sat in the cardboard box, and then as I was in the cardboard box, I was like, this is definitely a dream. What the? We don't have a cardboard box in our backyard, like what the hell? And I was like, I wonder if I could make it fly, right? And so I'll kind of sit down, and a lot of times I feel like if I almost kind of remove as many senses as possible, like kind of close my eyes and really focus, I have a better chance of making it happen, I guess you could say. And so I'll like focus on fly, right? Fly, and I'll lift off, and I'll be able to look out a hole in the cardboard box and see myself flying. But once I'm like, this is cool, then I'll start like losing altitude, and I'll have to like keep trying to get the juice to keep it flying. So that's like kind of, I wish I was at the spot where I could, like I said, be, hey, elephant, make it happen. Hey, it's raining potatoes. Where's the ketchup?
Like I could look at myself and see like exactly what outfit I was wearing that day, like detail for detail. But then I try to look at my own face and it's like blurry or something like that. Or I'll remember like exactly how my desk was when I left work the day before, but I'll like try to go sit down and I'll like whiff and like hit the floor or something like that.
I come to realization that I'm dreaming in my dream state, and that's kind of when I'm like, whoa, I can control this thing.
It started out like real life is what I'm trying to say. And then like I forget, but something happened that would never happen in real life. and then I realized it was a dream.
I think when I'm in my lucid dreams, everything comes to me normally, as if I'm living in that dream state. So breathing, walking, saying hi to people, those things come normally. The things I think deeper about are choices. So yes, is it no's? Do I say hi to that person? Do I not? Do I, turn left or right? But I know I'm walking.
Well, also with the box, I could control the box, but no, I haven't ever been able to, like, for example, the things that were coming at me, be like, okay, bang, your arm just fell off. Hey, you just melted into a puddle, like a puddle. Like, that hasn't ever happened to me. That'd be cool.
I usually cannot switch from a nightmare to a regular dream. I also usually cannot finagle my way out of the terrible situation completely, but sometimes I'll be able to, like, smart my way out of it. So when I realize I am dreaming and that I am in control, I can kind of find the set of tools in the dream and do the next thing that makes sense in order to save myself or do whatever's going on in the dream.
It feels like you're there. So definitely more realistic than a movie.
Lucid dreaming is really interesting. It's hard to say if it's like discretely positive or absolutely negative. It's kind of a mix of the both. Sometimes it's a really cool experience. Honestly, I am glad I can do it, but also it can be negative.
Lucid dreaming is not all that restful. I usually wake up actually pretty tired.
If I'm dreaming about something and I remember I have like a project due, it will come into my dream state and it will definitely like keep me aware that my brain is like still on and still going. So you don't really have a time where your brain switches off at night. It's just a continual cycle. So it can be pretty exhausting.
Yeah, when you can't control it, it just makes you very anxious, especially when you wake up because like you're out of control, like you can't do anything about it. And for me, I know when I fall back asleep, it's going to happen again.
I've stopped trying to, because when you do that like really intense like nighttime routine and you lay there, sometimes you get caught in like sleep paralysis and that turns into night terrors. That's not very fun. There's like these like mental like cycles you can like train yourself to walk through to wake yourself up, or you could just like really, really focus on like one thing that doesn't make sense. Like,
I don't do something to end it. It just ends. Yeah, it's probably the best way to put it. Or like then I wake up. It's and it's always one of those things where when you wake up, you're like, damn, I wish I could have kept going. Like I was aware that this was happening. It would have been fun to play around a little bit more.
Definitely make sure you're like in a good spot when you go into it, because if there's anything that's like really bugging you, it's gonna like manifest itself somehow in those dreams, and it's gonna be a lot more intense than normal. But if you're really just curious about it and you want to like try it out for a little while and go for like a month or two and see if you can do it, like I would absolutely encourage it. I had like a pretty fun experience with it.